All right, we are live. I want to welcome everyone to this different type of live stream that I've had for the past month and a half. It's the OU Flag guy here, and I'm joined by our usual co-host Gavin. And tonight, instead of talking OU football, group therapy is tomorrow night for discussing the OU Tulane game. Tonight, we're doing a special live stream because what I want to do is talk about kind of the fantasy draft that we're doing right now. My league that I started about 5 years ago is celebrating its anniversary for its 5th year with it. And we've mostly stayed together, roughly the same core members, give or take two people coming in. I think year 3 and year 4 with it have roughly been the same altogether. So it's kind of neat that we've been all together for this, and we look forward to this every single year at this point with it. Gavin's one of the founding members as well with it. It's weird, Gavin, isn't it, that we started this back in 2016 with it, and it's just kind of grown into this tight little knit group of this fantasy league that we're doing tonight and doing our week 0 fantasy draft.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, I'll remember when you first started it, it was like, oh, I thought it was probably going to last for maybe 1, maybe 2 seasons, but I was not expecting it to last as long as this has, though, and everything. And it's kind of been like a, quick niche of like some of your friends, though, too, as well as like some friends that we've had online over the years as well. So,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
yeah, in fact, I actually do want to give a big props, shout out, and everything else, so too, to Justin Sims, who's actually one of the other members who actually lives out in Tennessee. That we've kind of met, talked to online and everything. Too. He's such a really good, sports IQ and everything, and knows a lot about that goes on in the NFL as well.
Correct. And it's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking about this about gosh, a couple hours ago of we have at least between our 12 members, because we're a 12-member league, and we have people in Oklahoma mostly, Texas, Tennessee, and I believe it's California is where Frank's located at. But
Yeah.
again, I mean, we've been a 12-man league since starting, and it does make it a very competitive. I'm actually going to double check because even though Justin is in the main group, I want to make sure that he sees uh everything and stuff as a just in case, because I think he had some family stuff, but I want to make sure he saw stuff
Okay.
with
Yeah.
it. So that said, what have you had any fun memories from the fantasy league so far? While we're waiting for the room to kind of open up at this point.
I will say this. I actually had this one memory where I actually had a 99% chance of winning one game that I had. I think it was like either a year or 2 years ago. And then all of a sudden, I think it was Frank that actually had like two players that played like an outstanding game to basically where he hosted a come from behind victory. On Monday Night Football.
Oh, absolutely. And if I remember correctly, like you were up by 40 or 50 points,
I
and
was.
his guy just ridiculously scored so many points. I want to say it was like 30. He scored enough where it was like only a 2-point win. It was ridiculous though. And that's happened to you twice, because Andrew did the same thing to you in our very first season.
I know. I feel like if anything else though too, it's like I can get the lead and everything, but do not trust what goes on that will happen at the very end until you get to the end of Monday Night Football. I've learned that, twice already. So, you know,
Absolutely. I think the biggest funny one that I can remember is I feel bad for Frank last year because he was the one that was impacted by the pandemic the most, because the pandemic was the one that he had several of his players go out. And I'm going to go to the chat that me and him had earlier with it, because he named a couple of them, and he lost 3 in a row in 5 weeks 5 to 7, and he just could not catch back up for the rest of the year at that point, because he drafted Cam Newton. Cam was out. Oh, it was McCaffrey. McCaffrey got injured, and that just completely totaled his season at that point with it. There was just no uh what's it called? There was just no getting over that. So
and I'm just gonna say this. It's like, 2020 was just such an weird anomaly year in a sense, and the only reason I say that is because you had like some games that weren't even just Monday night but also going into Tuesday night as well. And I think we have one that was like, I think that went into Wednesday, I think.
There was because I know which one you're talking about, Gavin. I think it was due to the hurricane. I think it was a hurricane that pushed it off to a Wednesday. So we were already prepping for next week. Like, oh yeah, we can definitely do it Wednesday. Oh crap. Okay, I guess we're waiting at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. I just wanted to make sure Justin knew about it as well, and he said I think he's going to be watching and stuff from YouTube. I don't think he's going to join on the live stream, but hey, if he's watching right now, hey Justin. All right,
Yeah.
so I do a couple things I did want to do prior to the room opening up at this point. For it, I wanted to save all this for this live stream with it, but again, we're celebrating 5 years and. The room for us for drafting opens up at 7:15, so that Central Time. So that hey Justin, there you are. That is in about 9 minutes local time here. I did want to go over the results of the survey though that I sent out. So for the viewers who are watching, I always send out an owner survey every single year to try to see like is everyone okay with the rules? Is everybody upset? Do we need to change anything with it? I want to make this as successful as possible, and I feel like it's worked so far for the sole fact that hey we're on year 5. So I want to go over that really fast with it. The first question I asked everybody was just about draft night, the time being tonight at 7 p.m. And with the season starting on September 9th. Everybody was mostly okay with it with a 70% vote with it. There was a couple who wanted some other dates with it, but there's only so much I can do and adjust, especially with the season upcoming, as well as other responsibilities for other projects and other live streaming at that point. We did want to try to meet in person, but due to Delta, I just didn't feel comfortable with everybody meeting in person for it who could meet in person. So at this point with it, we just wanted to stick to Sunday night with it and just draft from home. Maybe if Delta and COVID situation gets better, we'll be able to meet up in person again with it. But that's kind of is and why we're here right now at this point. A popular thing in ours, which was the next question, was people we started out with divisions, but 2 years ago we switched to pods where we have 4 divisions with 3 teams. And the way that works is we'll have each other face each other 3 times throughout the year. And not only do you get that playoff spot with it, but also too it lets you play everybody you don't play that was not in your division the previous year. That one actually, guys, was a surprising one. That was pretty split, and that came down to 1 vote at that point of 6 versus 5. I do not, as a clarification, guys, I do not vote in these particular ones. I only act as the tiebreaker for it. There was 6 people who wanted to keep the pods. So with that said, I am happy to announce tonight, again, this is for people watching, the 4 pods tonight are as follows. And pod 1, because we're playing, so let me back up. This year's theme is the evil theme because OU is seen as an evil team now leaving for that evil SEC. We decided let's go with the evil theme this year. Let's go with team villains. And we try to always have a theme every year with it. So for pod 1 this year though, that is evil, aka every villain is lemons. Shout out to those people who watch SpongeBob and know what I am exactly talking about. Sarah, Frank, and Tyler, you 3 are in a pod together. For the second pod, Hydra, hail Hydra, is going to be Joshua S. There's 2 Joshes in this group, me being one of them. Chad and Justin, y'all are all part of the Hydra division. Pod 3 is going to have the Money EC, aka SEC, just with the money logo. Andrew, Brittany, and Patrick are all in those leagues together. And then finally, for all you Dr. Horrible fans out there, the Evil League of Evil is mine, Gavin, and Kayla's league. So I'm really looking forward to this. And I always try to make sure that they do not end up in a division that they've never been in with someone else before. So we're next year, I think, is going to be the year where we finally go through the first full rotation of everybody's been in a league with everybody at least once at this point with it before we randomize again.
Yeah, so I basically did for my team name, I kind of had 2 different villains I had in mind. The first one was the Riddler from Batman, and also for all the Harry Potter fans out there, Lord Voldemort. So, which his actual name was like Tom Riddle, so I was thinking I kind of was trying to do a play on with both of them, if anything. So I kind of went with a Riddler Voldemort name this year.
Yeah. Which is funny because when I bring that up, and we have 5 minutes local time before the room opens at this point, and we'll see everybody's impressions of where they land on the draft. And I'll clarify. the way I do drafting thing is in our league, if you're the overall winner, you are last place for the draft with it to make it fair. The first place pick goes to the person who wins the consolation league, which is seventh place. We all know Tyler is going to be that number 1 spot for it, and then Joshua S is going to be the number 12, which Joshua S apparently is like a blue blood in our league because he's won it twice now. We got to figure out something, Gavin. We got to figure out something that's not colluding because we have that rule of no colluding. Oh my gosh, like Josh is just good. But no, besides that though, I laugh my team name this year because we're the villains. Because of me being a playtester for Heroes of the Grid, I'm going with the Moon Palace, aka from Power Rangers. So I have the actual castle for there. I've seen some of the others have different names too. So like Gavin, I saw yours with Riddler Voldemort. You actually reminded me of from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Lord Moldy Butt. I don't know why that memory came from nowhere, but there we go.
I was not going with that direction, but I mean, hey, at least I made you laugh about it, so that's a plus.
You absolutely did. Andrew has picked, I've seen his name picked like 3 different times, but right now he's running with Kyler Wren, which I really like. That's ingenious. Justin, at least from what I've seen still, is big Sims Typhlosions because a couple years ago we were the Pokemon theme. And I don't think he changed from last year. We weren't really strict about changing names or anything like that. It's just for the theme. Same thing with Kayla. She's still the Miracle Muffins. She said she will absolutely remain as the Miracle Muffins because that's what got her to win. So she ain't changing that. Joshua S is the Lidless Eye, which is from Lord of the Rings. Patrick is still listed as Giant Mosquitoes from last year because since the pandemic was happening, we all went with different pandemic or viruses type of theme with it. Mine last year was with the flood from Halo.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, and I went with the drink a Corona, basically using the Corona beer was what I went from last year.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Brittany did the Corona Bride with it to play on it as well. Chad right now just lists his team as the Sandman. I don't know if that's going to be a placeholder or if that's going to be his final one with it. But hey, yeah. I'm all for that one. Frank has Weasel. I don't know where this is from, so I'm going to have to ask him after the stream. Frank, what?
The Weasel. Oh, no. Oh, that's from Ned's Declassified School. Ned's Declassified.
Weasel. Yes. Okay, I understand that now. Weasel. That's fantastic. I'm going to save that one, Brittany's, because Brittany's has me in stitches, but I'm going to save hers for last. Sarah still doesn't have hers either changed. Hers was the Cleveland Contagion, which if this was before before Baker was good and everything like that, I would have just been even funnier, be like, ha. So, but then the final one is Tyler is the Borg. Funny enough, he was going to go with Magneto, but I don't know why he changed to the Borg. But he is the Borg. Now, the funniest one to me, and this is vote for like best team name, is Brittany's. I give her a lot of credit. She knows my guilty pleasure movie, and her team name this year is the Regina George Fan Club. Fantastic. I am all for Mean Girls references. Good on you, Brittany. Like, you have my vote. Ooh, Sarah has changed her name, apparently. She's changed her name to the Green Goblins. Nice. I absolutely approve of it, Sarah. Good job. I'm so proud of you.
Okay,
people are changing in mid thing. I'm so proud that people are watching.
Yeah, I was going to say too. If you actually go into the draft right now, it's actually shows the chart right now actually of who's going first.
Oh, so the chart is open. So as we so as we enter the room for the chat and everything like that. All right. So the room is finally open and the draft starts in 15 minutes and 30 seconds. So number 1, as I mentioned, was Tyler. He lucked out with it with him being the consolation. Number 2 is Andrew. Andrew, I think, was really worried about being like where he was going to be positioned, and that's just how the results work, because what I do is I put the other 10 members, including myself, in a random number generator, and I just let it pick from there with it. So where you end up is just where you end up. Number 3 is Chad. Number 4 is Kayla. Number 5 is Justin. Number 6 is me. I'm in the middle of the pack with this. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to really strategize with it because there's no advantage. Number 7 is Brittany. Number 8 is Patrick. Number 9 is Frank. Number 10 is Sarah. Gavin, you're number 11, and Josh is number 12.
Man,
How do you feel? How do you feel about being number 11 from it? Again, I want to remind everybody I just put in a random number generator and I just transported over.
well, it's going to be very interesting because I feel like that's going to be where you're not really going to get like the high caliber players though too, but you also kind of get back to back picks, to kind of help maybe get you like a nice little duo if you play it off right. Because it sometimes like alters around and everything, and I'm looking at the second round and everything to where it basically looks like where you Joshua, who's also picking last, who's also going to go first, and then I'm going to go second, and then it sort of kind of goes in reverse order.
Absolutely. So yeah, because the way we do our draft too, guys, for those mind you, this is new for me for trying to live stream it, so it's a little bit different from just sitting at home and just joining in and looking for it. But that being said, the way we do it is just the snake, where it's if you're first place, you go last in the next go around and vice versa. It just goes back and forth with it versus being random. I've seen some people do some random stuff with it as well with it. I will mention while we're on it as well with it, while everybody is watching or tuning in at this point, some of the other things that I did mention in the league survey, I will mention, guys, there is not really a lot of changes from the last year. We're not doing PPR. Your flex spot is your wide receivers. IR and the bench amount has not changed. There's no bye weeks on it. I think really it's the same as last year. We do have some questions as a league we'll have to decide on simple majority versus super majority. We're also going to have to decide on like how long do we want to implement questions. So like if a question's asked, should it be every 2 years it's brought up like every other year at that point, such as like trades. Trades are not going to be instantaneous this year, so it's still the exact same thing, but there was no super majority and it was really spread out about like what all we liked. So that's going to be something we're all going to have to just kind of sit down as a group and talk about with it and move forward from it as well. Nothing bad or anything. It's just everyone has a different opinion for it. So I just want to make sure like we pick the correct one with it. Cause I think that's one of those things that we only address like one time unless it's like something super, super severe or something where it needs to be brought up, like collusions or anything like that. Nobody's colluded. I want to clarify that. But yeah.
Not as of yet, so.
Not as of yet. Not yet. Man, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for my draft pick. Being number 6 is hard. I think I know who I want to go with my first one. And I was going to do a share screen, Gavin, where it's like so people could see our draft pick. And I realized, crap, I can't do that because that's going to give away my strategy.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, too, is that I think, if anything, it would be like, this is just probably what I would probably, well, the only issue is like if you have like basically
an app or something, but it would kick you out. I've already tried it.
Yeah, only like if it was a hit, like if you did like a hidden tab, of like who the best players are and stuff like that. So that's the only other thing I would probably think.
I was thinking of it as having it just like a live watch or something like that. I mean, I could have my pick and everything like that as it's going, but it's the same thing though. Is like I don't want to give my strategy away. No different than y'all don't want to give your strategy of like who's Josh looking at for players or things like that. But the flip side of it too, though, is like I still want to be able to search for players and stuff too, because we only have a minute and 15 seconds for picking players because we have a lot of players we got to go through. We have, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 players we got to go through.
Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting to see because it's like, where you're placed at and everything snake-wise too is like, you might be done with the pick and you might have to wait a while or you have to be basically picking it up again.
Absolutely. So, pretty much just like you mentioned earlier about the Big Sims reactors. Interesting. Justin, why did you pick Big Sim reactors? I'm curious. Where did you get that one from? With it as you're probably typing it in. So, through the Pokemon thing is ironic since I've been playing Pokemon Red all day today. Yeah. How's Pokemon Red going for you, Justin? Is it going well as well? But it's funny, Gavin, because it's just your position in the draft just changes the strategy entire time, because like there's certain ones that I want to pick from it, but I know they're going to be gone, and it kind of changes. Like, all right, what do I prioritize at this point with it? The reactor is a disc mold, particularly a mid range. Okay, cool. Hey, it sounds at least for fair enough where it sounds enough like a villain name or something, like we were going after the reactors or something like that, or the reactors going critical. Bear with me. Bear with me. You got 2 hours of this if you pay attention for it for 2 hours. Gavin, we have our draft in 9 minutes. Got any final thoughts before the draft starts?
Well, all I can say is like best of luck to everybody for this year's league. Of course, with the way things are going, we're kind of getting back to the sense of normality. Although I will say there have been some reports of some players that have been testing positive, so might keep an eye on your players too, because they might be out because they might have protocol or something. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. And that's something too. That's part of the strategy of if you want to wait for 2 weeks before that player becomes available with it as well. Let's see. I got a message with, say, just a minor side note. I think, Patrick, if you're watching this particular live stream right now, there is a note, and I think I can go in and manually change it for you. Otherwise, we'll address that after the draft with it. But I think that's doable from my end with it,
Yeah.
on the commissioner part with it.
Say-
I run everybody. We also do. It started this year, guys. We started also a college football pick'em. So. And I run that one too, but that one's a lot easier because it's just remind people, get your picks, and if not, it's on you.
Yeah. Say, I'm going to just pause just for a quick sec. I got to help my dad out on something real quick.
Sure, you're leaving me solo?
Just for a few minutes, okay? I'll be right back.
Sure. All right, guys, I'm going to be running this solo, which I do on pretty much every single particular like preview and post game video at this point. Mind you, I've only done it like twice, but I think I can hold up with it. But while we're doing that, then as we're waiting for the draft to open up here for in the next 7 minutes, I can go over some of the other questions that were asked in the league survey for our audience that's watching, or for just the curious league owners themselves. In addition to like trades and everything, one of the big things we had was if a player drops during like the season, like say they're going to be they've lost or players have gotten injured, there's no way they're going to get in the playoffs. How did we want to handle that with like the players on their team, especially if they just wanted to exit the entire season and just give people a bye? And that one actually had a 3-way split between each option of like, should all the players be released at once? Should the players remain on the team? Should it be a week after? There was no consensus on that. And me personally, I did not feel comfortable picking a actual like which one as a tiebreaker for it, because even then it only put us at I think like 36% on it. So that's something we'll probably have to go over next year. It was probably easier just to remain with what we have right now versus the stuff before. So next one that we had was there was some friends of mine, because we've been running our league for 5 years now. They did have some interest if they wanted to join in. And they've been waiting a while. So I asked the league, would they be opposed to adding 2 more members, adding PPR as a result of that, because we play standard, and nobody really opposed it. It was a super majority of like, yeah, that's fine if we have to do it, but 14 would be our max at that point, because that's where you really start struggling to recruit players. We'd have to lower down how many probably is on each roster just to make it fair. But then again, we'd also have some very low scoring games at that point. For my league and stuff as well, one of the things I announced to them was, do they like when I do like commissioner notes, reminders? So if there's things like if a player's out with COVID, if there's a hurricane, if there's an air quality thing because of the wildfires and stuff last year, did they mind me sending notes about like every Wednesday or Thursday for it? And everyone's okay with that. They really like those commissioner notes for it. It's not telling them how to like place their team or anything on their players or like who to start, but it is just kind of just a good little reminder of if they didn't catch it or they're not paying attention, or if it's just like a long week or something like that. It's a good little thing. Additionally, I also had it where it's like looking for scrolling down because some of the other ones were like if they were okay with like our weekly awards. In our league, we do weekly awards, guys.
Yep.
So it's like
okay, I'm back, folks.
there he is. There he is. So I was just going.
Sorry, I had to help my father bring a generator up to the front porch. He just had it cleaned up and everything. I'm getting ready for this fall and winter.
Oh yeah, gosh, it's crazy to think last year around this time we were a month and a half off from a major ice storm that I spent like 2 to 3 days dragging limbs from my front backyard and my neighbor's front and backyard. That got a little hairy at that point.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. It got hairy to me to where where I work at, they wanted me to stay at a hotel, but I actually opted for the more dangerous course to where I pretty much drove, like at least an hour to and from work.
Yeah, and I've been to your house before, and that's a drive. Like, it's not a bad drive if there's no weather or anything with it, but it's a drive. Oh, I got it. Speaking of weather, Gavin, I've got a funny story for you because, like I said, you've got 2 hours of this. So, did you hear about the tornadoes that went through Pennsylvania last week? Yeah, it was last week.
I actually did, and if I'm not mistaken, that was actually a remnant still that was coming from Ida, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. They had some EF3s go through Pennsylvania. So I turned on the television coming home yesterday, and I saw that there was like tornadoes in like South Philadelphia and going through the suburbs. I'm like, that's weird. Okay. And I started to get really concerned when they said tornado emergency. I'm like, okay, I just want to check to see what's going on because a best friend of mine lives up in Levittown. I saw the track. It was going right through downtown Levittown. I'm like, Andrew, you need to be checking what's going on. You need to get a mattress. You need to go to the center part of your house. You need to get a mattress between you and the debris because the debris can hurt you. You need to get important documents, blah, 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 because this is someone who is from Oklahoma who knows stuff can hit the fan really fast in those situations. I'm going through in full-on tornado, like, precaution mode. He texts me back about, like, 5 minutes later. Well, you look at that. There is a tornado. I'm like, and you're not paying attention to this. Why? He's like, well, there's more pressing matters right now. I'm like, what's the more pressing matters? I'm making a sandwich. This is the pressing matter? You have a tornado coming like within a couple miles of your house, possibly downtown, and you're making a sandwich? How is that the pressing matter? Well, the pressing matter is I'm hungry.
Insert face palm right to the face.
So I told that to my, oh, wow, we got music. Ooh. Oh, here we go. I'm going to watch this as we're going. You may not hear me for a sec.
Ooh, what do we got going on here? Okay. Let's see. Alrighty. So we got about 2 minutes left. And
well, hold on. There's a video running on mine.
Oh.
Sorry, there was a video that played on mine. We actually have like 1 minute. We got 1 minute. 1 minute, Gavin, until the 2021 Red Dirt Sports League of Villains draft. That being said, for all of my managers who are watching, thank y'all for joining tonight. It really does mean a lot that we are hitting 5 years. For all the people out there watching tonight, I really appreciate y'all supporting us for like our little fun side stuff. I know everybody does stuff with their own fantasy league with it. It's fun showing off and everything like that. And as a reminder, OU group therapy is tomorrow night, not tonight. Tomorrow night is OU group therapy about the OU Tulane game because everybody needs it. My God. Yeah. And it's only week 1. So we got 20 seconds, Gavin. 20 seconds. I almost feel like it's New Year's.
Hey, just give a quick reminder of how points are, which ones are most important real quick.
I do not understand what you mean.
Like how the points are set up for like quarterbacks, receivers, and tight ends and defense.
Oh, gotcha. Well, The draft has started. Tyler has the first draft. For everybody who's watching at that point, Tyler just took Christian McCaffrey on his team, running back, and he is the number 1 overall pick at this point with it. Now, I have questions on, I think McCaffrey was the overall as well, because I have a side like app showing like all the stuff for Yahoo. Christian McCaffrey was a number 1 overall at this point with it. That being said, the point wise, for people who don't know, it's standard. Standard is just like you get like 1 point for every caught yard, or you get a 0.1 for like every yard ran at that point. It's pretty, and 6 points, I think, for touchdowns. Just standard fantasy league stuff. So,
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, like passing yards are like 0.04, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Ooh. Number 2, Andrew took Derrick Henry at second. That is very interesting. Oh my gosh, they are speeding through. Number 3, taking Miracle Muffins, took Ezekiel Elliott, and I think Chad took Dalvin Cook at number 4. So Justin, you are the one picking. It is number 5 at this point. The highest rated person right now, still at number 5, is Alvin. I always mess his name up. It's either Kamara or Kamara out of New Orleans.
Camera, I believe.
Camera. Oh my gosh. Is it possible? That we have Chad is gracing us with his presence tonight?
I am.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to the stream, Chad. I am so happy.
How's it going?
I am pumped. How is it going for you since you just got your draft pick?
That would be great if I was here for it. I think it auto-picked for me.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
But you know what? The computer's probably doing a better job than me.
Oh, dang you, Justin. Did you take the one that I wanted? Dang it, Justin. You took the one that I wanted. Oh, I'm salty at you. Oh, okay. Now I got to look because I was going to take Chubb. See, and this is how this works. And I have to watch my language during the live streams. All right. So Caffrey's gone. Cook's gone. Oh my gosh. I guess. And Ezekiel's gone. All right. All right.
It's you, Josh.
I'm gonna. Oh my gosh. How do I?
30 seconds.
I'm going to draft. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna risk it. Let's go with Kamara.
The Regina George fan club.
Regina. So, yeah. Oh, Justin, I am salty about that one. I am salty.
I was gonna go for him, but.
Oh, she went for Patrick. That's interesting that she went straight for Patrick. So, Chad, how's your Labor Day going? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that just took away my strategy of what I was gonna do.
We're already angry at each other. That means we're all such a wonderful draft family.
Look at y'all with strategies.
Look at you with the auto pick.
I'm just happy to be here.
You're just happy to be in group therapy for tomorrow.
Look at auto pick me running back. I was probably just gonna pick the top running back on the board anyway.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
Well, did you go to the game yesterday, Chad?
I did.
How was it? I heard it was hot.
It was the hottest game I've ever been to. I took my son with me, and we sat in our seats. We were like on the 40-yard line, 4th row, right behind the players' bench. He lasted like 10 minutes in the first quarter, and we had to go find a different seat in the shade because he was dying.
I heard from a lot of people it was the humidity. I think it was just that stinking hot.
Well, there was no wind. There was no cloud cover. Obviously, it's like a noon kickoff or an 11 a.m. kickoff. So, there's very little shade in the stadium. Lots of people were struggling. We actually left at the start of the 4th quarter, which I hated because I never leave early. But my son couldn't take it anymore. So I got to bite my nails on the way home listening to the rest of the game on the radio.
Well, I mean,
Tulane.
Yeah, Yeah, that was.
That was something. And I mean, I understand it's week 1. All the starters were at, but my goodness, Lincoln needs to figure something out. Not melting down third quarter.
Oh, hopefully,
think-
maybe if we can get some cooler weather, I think might make a little difference. I don't know how much, but maybe.
I mean, I'm not hitting the panic button on OU right now. I think that they tend to come out shaky that
Okay,
first week.
this is what I was going to do. I was going to.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's very interesting pick for the live stream viewers who are watching. I wish I could put a screen up, but Gavin just picked Tyreek Hill. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
Because what I would have done is if Mahomes was still there, I would have picked him as my second pick.
Yeah. I mean, he's the quarterback that you want.
Yeah, so I was trying to go with the double Kansas City combo is what I was going to do.
That's a good strategy. It's worked for Sarah when she had Tom Brady and I think she had Gronk at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a legitimate strategy. Chad also has the legitimate strategy of just letting the auto pick happen, but you know.
Alrighty.
It's worked for me in the past.
That's the sad part is we have strategy. Look at us with our fancy strategies. Then look at Chad getting like third and fourth plays with just the auto pick. Lucky.
Somewhere Yahoo Fantasy has like a grading scale, and I always do pretty good on it.
So for my next pick, I am going to go with former Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson.
Interesting. Interesting. I approve of this pick. But so what you're telling me though, Chad, is you're the one that we need to blame for OU like almost messing up.
They do tend to lose when I go to games. That is true. I was there for Notre Dame.
The stadium, Chad.
I mean, I wouldn't say that like it's so consistent that it's definitely me, but I have been to a couple of home losses.
I convinced you and Amanda to go to Notre Dame, and that one we did. It was a toss-up of who was going to win that game, but I think I was more or less upset that we lost that game, and more because of people throwing beer at us.
That's right. We did get coated with beer at that game. And there were those like 2 Notre Dame fans in the student section, and I was like consistently worried for their safety. It was a wild day.
Oh,
that was wild. But that, for all the home games I've been to, that was one of the wildest ones. That was fun in the sense of like the crowd was in it the entire game, and there was a chance. But man, I think it was the fourth quarter when Notre Dame finally pulled away.
The stadium atmosphere could not have been more different yesterday. Let me tell you that. The stadium was
very lethargic?
Empty. I think there were more at the end when we left. There were more people sitting in the concourse of the stadium than actually in their seats. Like people were dropping like flies. Lots of EMS out there, taking care of people getting, heat exhaustion.
Yeah,
it was it was an interesting day.
Well, usually, like, it's supposed to be, and this is what they call the meteorological. It's supposed to be the start of meteorological fall, but like the actual fall temperatures or the equinox doesn't usually hit until like mid to late September. So the temperatures don't really start to change or have an effect until we get to around that time too. And I think it's like the whole issue of like trying to keep bodies fresh. I think temperatures are starting to, I think, partly take a toll on that too. Which
yes. Okay, not to interrupt. It's my turn to draft, and no one took the draft pick that I wanted this time. So for draft, my second draft pick is going to be Mr. Joe Mixon, is my second running back. So right now I have Kamara and Mixon.
Okay, you got a little speed and a little power. I like it.
I do.
Yeah.
I was going to answer. Justin's watching the stream, so I do want to get him in the chat and stuff when he's typing in. Lamar, I agree with you, Justin. Lamar is getting better. He's going to be one of those to me that he is going to be a solid quarterback once he gets a couple more years under his belt. Like right now, him starting off, I just did not like him like year 1 and year 2 and year 3. But like he's getting better. I absolutely agree with you that he's getting better.
He has sort of like that, and this is kind of like the best comparison of him is with like with Michael Vick. That's kind of like how people are looking at him, as sort of that Michael Vick player, if anything.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I need to search for a player. I'm expecting him to be gone, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this works out. Our league is really weird, guys, if y'all are watching at home and stuff as well, because like people don't draft the standard like what you think, like let's start with the running back and kind of go from there unless it's the system. People draft all over the place. Here's an example, and this is the thing that always gets me. Always gets me. It's like Chad with the auto draft. He has luck with the auto draft. For whatever reason, Sarah, when she drafts, she will draft like a quarterback in round 1 and always a defense in round 2. And she'll get like 3rd place. I have no idea why. Every time I'm like, I've got strategy. I've got stats. Nope. Every dang time. Every stinking dang time.
Next.
Huh?
I should draft a defense next.
Oh, dang it, Chad. You took my draft pick. That was my pick. You read my mind.
I'm sorry.
I'm salty. Oh, I gotta change then. I gotta change to a different pick then.
If it makes you feel better, I
Oh,
probably should have taken that running back, that Austin Eckler.
Well,
you should have taken him. Yeah.
I was going to let you folks know that I actually have the Notre Dame Florida State game on right now, and Florida State just took the lead in the second quarter.
Is it a glorified pillow fight right now?
It is.
Or is there actually football?
It's actually been pretty. It's pretty much okay for the most part. Not really high scoring or anything, but it's been all right for the most part. But and I'm gonna just tell you right now, if Florida State continues how they're playing right now, they might pull off an upset. I mean, they just pretty much run like a 2-yard bootleg for a touchdown with their QB.
Yep. Side note, it's my pick again. Chad, I am so salty. You and Gavin both are taking, and Justin are taking my picks, but I am jumping ahead on this one because every time I do not take this pick right now, I really get screwed over late in the season. So for my 3rd pick in the 2021 draft, it is going to be Mr. Mark Andrews. Tight end.
Former tight end out of OU.
Mandrews. Yes. At least I was able to get Mandrews. Like I needed to get a tight end. Every single time I get screwed over if I don't take a tight end early on. So right now the score with the Florida State Notre Dame game is 7-0.
It is 14-7.
14-7. Okay. That's interesting. Chad, what side note, while it's on my mind, what made you pick Sandman for your team name?
So I'm not a big like comic book guy or anything. So I really just looked up a list of villains.
Oh, that's fine.
Picked one that I thought was a little bit underrepresented. I don't think you see Sandman a lot. But I always kind of thought he was cool. He showed up in some cartoon or movie I watched, and I always kind of liked that.
So, looks like I'm up.
You are up. You are up. Who are you gonna? Ooh, he's not gone yet. Oh, I'm adding this person. Anyway, I'm sorry, Gavin. He's not gone yet.
So
that's all I will say.
With my 3rd round pick, and I am in definite need of this position here, I am going to select Carson out of Seattle.
Ooh, that's a good pick. That is a very, very, very good pick. Carson's good. Carson is good. Yeah. See, for our listeners and stuff, because I know Justin and Sarah are watching, but it appears there's also some other ones listening as well. If y'all are listening to our fantasy draft and listening to us ramble and curse at each other for drafting, kudos to you. I am proud of you. I've been to a couple games with Chad, and every single time it seems like him and I go to a game, something terribly goes wrong every time. Notre Dame was one. The West Virginia, was it the West Virginia game where the refs were like, what game was that, Chad, we went to, where the refs were horrible?
I mean, if a BS chant has broken out in the stadium, there's about a 50-50 chance that I'm there. I'm there for most of those games. And I don't go to a lot of games. I go to like one game a year.
Okay, Chad, let's be honest. The BS chant is probably started from you.
That's true. I do enjoy heckling refs.
Oh my gosh, you do. What do you got, Gavin? Who's your pick?
Okay, so for my next pick, I am going to choose the defending Super Bowl champs defense.
Ooh, that's a good pick. Early 4th round, but that's a really good pick. I approve of this pick. That's a good pick. So, do we have Justin? You've made it to the live stream, my friend.
I have.
I am happy to hear you. Hey, Justin, how are you this evening?
All right, how y'all doing?
Are you coming to talk? Are you coming in to taunt me for taking my 1st round draft pick?
No, I'm more wholesome than that.
Okay.
And I'm probably going on a limb taking Justin Herbert because why the hell not?
Might as well. So still welcome. Hey, I was only expecting possibly Gavin for this live stream and maybe Joshua Prime, but I'm so happy that both you and Chad are on this live stream. So how has your weekend and Labor Day gone, Justin?
It's been pretty good. I've been chilling all day. I played a couple rounds of disc golf Friday. I had to work Friday and Saturday, so it's been pretty good.
Ooh, nice. It is my draft pick, and then Justin, you're right after me. So for my 4th round draft pick, and I'm getting someone who I wanted last year, but I think it was Joshua Prime who took it from me. This year, I'm not going to overlook it. This year, my draft pick is Russell Wilson.
Very nice.
Quarterback.
Okay, that's a nice pick.
Now I'm starting to have to reach out for some players.
Let's see, any receiver. Let's go with Mike Evans.
Ooh, solid pick. Very solid pick.
That's a really decent pick, yeah.
Ooh, I think he's going to be gone, but I have another. I have a pick. I think he's going to be gone by the time it goes back around to me because I'm 8 picks away. Chad, it is up to you next for your picks at this point. Yeah, you are up.
All right.
This has been a fun draft so far. Got so many people in here. I'm so happy.
Hey, Garrett, you taking Buccaneers defense it was interesting.
That's still a good pick, though. You get that one defense that's good. You never have to go for the wire.
Aside from Brady being good enough, they're pretty much the reason they won that Super Bowl.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, what offense wins games, but defense wins championships.
Darn right.
Yep.
Dang right.
You need to go, Gavin. You have a mission now. You need to go with Chad and go down to Norman and tell Lincoln Riley that hey, Lincoln, let the players actually play defense. What are you doing?
I think if I had a complaint about Lincoln Riley, it's that he takes the foot off the gas. He lets teams come back in the 3rd quarter. He's just trying to run out the clock.
The problem is it's like you're expecting them to lay down, but nope. You're just gonna leave them hanging. But I
don't think Tulane was ever gonna do that.
That's one of his tendencies that he has, and it's almost like it feels like being like an Atlanta or a Georgia fan, to where you basically get a lead and then you just choke it at the end.
Absolutely. I don't know what Riley's problem is. I didn't ask you, Chad, how's your weekend gone besides going to the game?
How's my what?
How's your Labor Day weekend gone? Yeah, I knew you were going to take my side note. My pick. That was going to be my pick. Oh, well.
Well, I have a new
well.
strategy. I have a new strategy.
Take all my picks.
I have now drafted 4 people with a week 7 bye.
You are really going.
That's so we're just gonna keep rolling with those week 7 buys. Just throw away that entire week.
That is a very bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it plays out for him.
All right, time for me to go on the limb again.
Oh my goodness.
All
Let's
right.
see, Chad. Ooh,
Oh, that'll be interesting.
that is interesting. That's interesting. All right. I already know who my next person is. I did have a backup. For my pick for the 5th round is going to be Mr. Robert Woods.
Okay.
I like that. With him and Matthew Stafford, that could work.
Oh gosh, yes. Stafford, I mean, that's his go-to guy at this point. Oh my goodness. But let's see. I'm actually going to see, Chad, when do I face you? Because everything's up at this point. I think I face you in week. I want to say it's the end of the season. I face you. I'm going to laugh if it's week 7. No, I do not face you.
I have a bye. Do we have buys this year?
No, there are no buys. Yep, everyone voted 100% no buys.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised it took that long for somebody to draft Aaron Rodgers.
It's because of his injuries, man, and because
that's why I didn't take. I thought about it, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I could not do it either. I wanted Aaron. Well, I wanted Kyler first, and then Russell. Aaron, I really want, but with him, with how everything's going at Green Bay, I just was not feeling it. I'm like, I think he just wants to finish his contract and move on at this point. Do we know what has been going on with Aaron Rodgers up at Green Bay with all that drama?
I don't know. I haven't really kept up. Justin, have you heard anything?
Not really anything too entitled that we don't already know already. I think ultimately the Aaron Rodgers said, screw it. But at least that's a contract I get up out of here. So I can say all that crap.
Were you wanting that person?
Okay. All right. So I'm up. So for my next pick.
D Swift, how about you not fumble the ball the 1 yard line like you did last year?
Yeah.
I'm minding that because that's peak. That's just a peak Lions moment.
You are salty about that.
No, I'm not salty about him. Just peak Lions.
Yeah, that's true.
Man. Okay, so
I know. Now we're starting
I'm gonna go for my next pick. The former Tulsa McLean product, Josh Jacobs.
That's a good pick. I like that pick.
Oh, I like Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, that is a good pick. He's reliable. I'll put it that way. He's very solid on getting you points. Like if I needed a running back this late at this point, I'd take him.
Yeah. The reason why, and I gotta give him props because the former McLean product, he would, kind of going from, being homeless, out in the streets in Tulsa, being over at Tulsa McLean High School to now being one of the, top backs, in the league. I got to give him major props for that.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. Agree.
Let's see. I got to show a little love to him there. Okay, so for my next pick, and I'm just going to take a look at my board here. So got a QB there and got to looking at. I'm going to look at for my next pick is going to be wide receiver Higgins.
Oh, why Higgins? Why Higgins?
TJ.
T Higgins, yeah.
T Higgins, yeah.
Why Higgins?
I just kind of got a good feeling about him. I don't know why, but I just really do.
I seem to have obvious picks below my face since I've been doing years. I'm just going on a limb on my picks.
Yeah, because like Hill's going to be good, but I feel like Higgins is going to put up like some, some solid numbers if anything. Plus, with Burrow being back, I think that he might, have some good opportunities there.
as long as the O actually blocks for him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna just say this. It's gonna be interesting because now we're gonna be getting to the part to where you kind of get some of your key pieces, but now it's sort of like filling in that puzzle. Like how are you gonna really surround yourself, and also how are you gonna do, with the different buys and stuff like that as well. That's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah,
Well, we heard my strategy. We're just going to tank week 7.
Yeah.
I see 2 wide receivers on my board right now by week 7. I need one more wide receiver.
Yeah, and I'm starting to reach a little bit on mine at this point with it because we're starting to get to the bottom 2 because I only have 1 wide receiver. We're starting to really reach. Here's a good question for the stream for you guys. Starting with Justin is if they're not taken, I would avoid answering the question but is there a player you actively avoid because they have just always screwed you year in and year out during the fantasy league?
I can't really say that. I'd say position wise, the number I get most screwed by is probably the defense.
Yeah. I think I recall there was an instance where it's like you went like -5 one time. I felt so bad for you.
Let's not like open that can of worms. that was pain.
Yeah.
So we're turning week 0 fantasy draft into week 0 group therapy fantasy draft as well. Just get it all out there, guys. At this point,
could be worse. We could be doing this for money, but no, that's pretty much why I'm here because I ain't doing it for money.
No. Mine was when I asked that question because for those watching and stuff, I asked the question if people could help out for like paying for the trophy and stuff at this point because I wanted to start sending a trophy. But no, we're not a money league. We're a bragging rights league.
Former Memphis Tiger Darrell Henderson.
Yeah.
There goes Kareem Hunt. I'm on deck. Okay.
All right. I'm actually already got my pick. So for my 1, 2, 3, we're in the 6th round. My 6th round pick is going to be wide receiver from the Carolina Panthers, Robbie Anderson.
Ooh, I like that. Let's see.
You like that one?
Yeah, he's pretty decent. I actually got him in another league.
We're starting to get to the bottom of the barrel, so like we really got to like pick players.
The next pick, let's go with. He did good for me when I had him a couple years back. Let's go with Mr. Adam Thielen.
Oh yeah, Adam's good.
Yeah, he did good for me when I tried him 2 years ago.
I think the only reason I avoided.
Like, as long as Mr. You like that, isn't totally bad.
Right. I'll pick up Deontay Johnson instead. He's got a week 7 bye too.
If you win this entire dang thing,
I want to pick up Deontay Johnson, but he can't catch.
Oh no, he can't.
Oh, damn.
That's the sad part.
You guys got to tell me that. Don't throw a wrench in my strategy. Come on.
No, it's okay. It's week 7. It's not going to matter anyway if he can catch during week 7.
I remember he had like 3 drops against Buffalo last year, at least 3.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. I was trying to see wide receivers because I'm still looking at wide receivers and stuff too. Like who's all left? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Just a quick scoring update as of now. It is Florida State 14, Notre Dame 10 in the near the end of about 4 minutes left in the first half. So Florida State showing quite a bit of some fight right now to the Fighting Irish.
Well, I'm not letting you guys ruin me. I'm still taking him.
That's funny. Actually, I was going to see Chad. Week 7, you face Sarah. Week 7. So Sarah, you may have an easy win against Chad because he won't have a team playing week 7. For me, to answer an early question that I had for y'all earlier was, that's not a bad pick, Jalen Hurts. That's a really good pick. I approve of that pick too for a nice backup. My player that I actually actively avoid is Julio Jones. He is such either puts up big points or he receives nothing. I've been so screwed from him from 3 different leagues, like when I was doing work leagues. Nope, no more Julio Jones. I'm good. I am absolutely good. Gavin, is there a player that you actively avoid?
Oh, I don't know. It's like some of the players that I have are pretty good, but it's like it kind of varies season to season. I've never really had like players that I want to avoid, in quote. I've never really, had that sort of issue for me personally. I just pretty much just do what I think is probably going to be the best player.
Yeah. Oh, Sarah says, I'll find a way to do this chat, I'm sure.
Gosh.
The bench warmers will be playing week 7. I gotta pick up a week 7 quarterback. That's the only thing I have that isn't on a bye week 7, because I got Kyler Murray and his bye's week 12.
I mean, I can find you a quarterback and trade for your Kyler Murray. I think that's a great idea.
I might just pick up Kirk Cousins here in a couple of rounds or something. I don't know.
That's hysterical.
All right. So let's take a look here. I'm just gonna see.
Yeah, because next up, why did you Chad, why'd you take Pittsburgh defense? Just looking for what's left.
They were the best defense with a bye week 7.
So initially I did have it as the Joshua Prime Memorial Trophy, even though he's not dead or anything like that for our league-wide trophy. But if you win this entire thing with week 7, I'm changing it to the week 7 Memorial Trophy. Like, that is worthy of it right there. The jokes will be fantastic. Justin, you took Ryan Tannehill.
No, I was gonna take him, but somebody from got him. So I got Stafford.
Oh, okay. There it goes. It updated. You got Stafford. That's a good pick. Do you feel comfortable with taking a quarterback this late?
Yeah. I got to get back up at some point. Stafford's not I think Stafford will be fine.
Gotcha.
Go
ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
He has a better old line to protect him this time, so that'll definitely help.
Oh, yeah, because last time he just got lit up. Let's see. For this draft, we're on round 7. I'm going to take. I need another wide receiver, so I'm going to take Debo from San Francisco. I think he's going to get me a couple points.
You guys have been talking about positions that burn you. I do want to give my one piece of stellar fantasy football advice. If you're like playing in other leagues or whatever quarterback is on my bench is going to light it up that week without fail. Like they'll put up 15 points when I start them, but if they're on my bench, they're good for 40 or 50 easy.
I have a story from you, Chad, and I remember this discussion last year from it that I'm going to tell our viewers. Man, there was one last year. So, Chad, I think you made it into playoffs last year, didn't you?
I did. I got pretty far.
Yeah. So he made it into the semifinals and he lost. And I feel so bad for him because if he would have won, he would have won the league because he had Kamara with the highest points ever recorded in fantasy football. And he would have won. Like, everyone just said, just award it to the guy with Kamara. Like, there was no one. And he would have won.
Okay, so I am right now in need of... I'm looking at myself like this. I'm looking for a need of a tight end right now. So I'm going to go with Higbee.
I know nothing about Higbee. Is he good, Justin?
He's not bad.
He's okay?
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah. I was just needing a tight end because I'm getting ready to come back up again.
Yeah. I always draft, like I said, the tight ends early because it's just so slim. And I know they say it's not an important pick, but it really is. It is absolutely an important pick. Gavin, what position have you been burned by, or what player do you avoid? Did I ask you that for that one?
Well, I think the position I would probably say that gets me the most would probably be at running back.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually, you know why they call it the NFL? Because running backs don't last long. So,
Except Adrian Peterson, because apparently Adrian Peterson. Oh gosh darn it, Josh took my kicker. Gosh darn it, Josh.
He's pretty much everybody's kicker.
Okay. So for my next pick, and I'm just doing this as a part of a backup, I am going to go ahead and pick the former Sooner / Buckeye Trey Sermon.
Ooh, good pick. Good pick. I think he's going to do very, very, very well this year. There was a funny story that made me think. I think it was our first year. Chad, do you remember the game we played where it was like I only won by like 0.05 of a point? It was because the guy like on your team needed it and it caused you to lose.
Yep. That happens to me.
Yeah.
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 And usually what happens is like whatever player I pick first, I feel like they get hurt. And I just stick them in like injured reserve or whatever forever. And then the first game back, I don't move them off. And so then I can't play them. It's always great. It's always a great time.
That's something we'll have to circle around of like most memorable things. It is my pick, and I'm going to finally pick up a kicker. So my kicker for round 8 that we are on, I'm going to pick up the second best kicker, Butker.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, it's now Justin's turn. I don't know what you got left, Justin.
I haven't got a kicker yet, so let's see. Who do I feel? Let's see. Who am I feeling?
As a side note, speaking of kickers, Chad and Gavin and Justin, I have to give props to our kicker yesterday. Like, dude nailed 3 50-plus yard field goals without breaking a sweat. Like, he does not skip leg day. Dude is legit. He's going to make some serious NFL money.
At least we can kick field goals.
I mean, like 3 50-yarders, though, that's saying something right there.
Yeah, like, that's impressive.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that actually tied a record for most 50-yard field goals in a single game or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you took Justin. I saw that you took the third best kicker. Yeah, I agree.
It's one of those times where I'm like, just think that's available.
Well, here we come to a crossroads here, okay? Because the 2 best kickers left also have week 7 buys.
Oh my gosh.
This will be my 7th week 7 buy pick. So we are fully committed. I don't have enough bench spots to cover all the week 7 buys. I can you're the full team.
Chad, I know this year is the villain theme, but I would absolutely agree with you with doing like the week 7. Like, just call it that. I would be okay with that.
I might submit a TikTok.
Exactly. That's funny. That's great. All right, now I gotta look. Y'all are making me look for some stuff now because some stuff's already gone. Let's see. I wonder who'd they take?
They took Zerlin for
Greg Zerlin. He's
the other week 7.
I almost took him.
Yeah.
I tried. If he has that clue, that's better.
Yeah.
I figured the Falcons would probably use him more than the Cowboys use Zerlin.
All right. Yeah. Well, I don't have a tight end yet. I'd have to go down to the Pittsburgh Eric Ebron to get a week 7 bye.
Also another guy. Oh, I'm not gonna say it. Also another guy
can't catch.
Another guy can't catch. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. When he does well when he can't catch.
Well, maybe we'll just stick with a theme: people with week 7 buys who can't catch. I don't know what I'm doing here. So I haven't won relying on the computer. So
because that's your name trade. There's Ebron's catch. Way to go!
that's right. And I got some Pittsburgh people. Maybe I'll just watch some Pittsburgh games this year. We're just gonna go for it.
I mean, Chad, I have to be impressed that you are committed to the meme team.
Yeah, we're changing my name. We're gonna come up something clever.
Let's see who's left.
Like I said, Chad. Speaking of that, Chad, did you see the Reddit thread about the kicker?
About the OU kicker?
No. This was a kicker. It was a team they were beating. I don't know who it was. Okay, so bear with me. But they were beating another team like 69-0, and the kicker intentionally missed it to keep it 69.
Nice.
Let's see here.
Nice.
Oh,
he intentionally did it. Yeah.
All right.
Who are you looking at, Justin?
Either receiver or tight end. I'll go receiver. And let's go out on a limb again and go Michael Gallup.
Gallup? Why Gallup?
I don't know. He seems like he's been a kind of underrated receiver, especially with Amari Cooper being inconsistent at times. And I know he has him and CD Lamb to throw to, but I don't know. Gallup has some pretty good catches, big catches as well.
Okay. Gotta type out. There we go. So it's basically kind of just rounding out at this point.
Pretty much.
Okay. I'm after you, so I'm rounding out too. I need a defense. So my next pick, which I think it's a solid pick. I think for a question that we're gonna have after this pick with is like, what position has served you really well? For me, it's got to be defense. I picked up Jacksonville when they were fantastic. I've had Baltimore. I've had, another one too, where they were just fantastic. Never had to switch them out. I'm going to rely on them this year, so I'm going to draft San Fran's defense.
So did you have Jacksonville's defense when they were Saxonville?
Yes. That was the very first year that we did fantasy. I had them. Yep. They were so good. I remember the game. I lost the game, but they got me like 45 points in one game from all the sacks that they had in one game. It was ridiculous. I was still upset that I lost that game, but it was a good pick. It got me to the semis. Yeah, the semis of year one.
Oh, if only that Jacksonville team had a quarterback that was better than average.
Only if they had a quarterback who could throw a forward pass.
Yeah, Rose was average at best.
Yeah. So speaking of that, Justin, what position has served you the best in our fantasy league? Since we're hitting 5 years now, what position always seems like you're good? You never really have had a problem with it.
Probably a running back, because I think 1 year I had Derrick Henry. The very first year I was part as I had Saquon Barkley.
Oh yeah, I remember when you had it. That running back is such a either so hit and miss with it. But yeah, I remember when you had him. Yeah, that was the year they were having problems, weren't they? And they put him in for the goal line runs.
Yeah, and that's why Derrick Henry was my number one running back, and why Nick Chubb was my number two.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of the good kickers were picked, but I am going to go with Gald right here.
Why Gald?
Yeah, he always seems to be doing pretty decent for the most part. So I figured, I might give him a shot.
Oh, well, you talking about Robbie Gould?
Gold. Yeah.
He's a bit the Bears kicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now I've actually sort of gotten nearly my roster filled, but in order to make it filled, I am going to need a wide receiver. And it's going to be very interesting because, a lot of these are going to be like, they can sort of help distribute and everything. But I am going to go with AB.
The diva.
Oh man, yes. I have an old friend who was like, if there's one thing he's learned from fantasy football, avoid like the plague the divas.
Well, that's why the same with TikTok of Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yep. Yep. Gotta avoid the divas. Oh my goodness. So Chad, what position has served you the best? What has been your go-to position that it just seems it always works out every year for you or a player?
I mean, whatever quarterback sitting on my bench usually, but I don't really know. I guess I do okay at wide receiver. I get burned on running backs. Who was the Cowboys running back that it felt like he spent half the season suspended?
Zeke.
Yeah, yeah. I had him one year because I didn't think his suspension was going to get dragged out that long, so he sat on my bench for a long time, just taking up space. And so I lost a bunch of early games.
Gosh, if I remember too, you threw him out there, and then when he came back, he just tore the field up.
He did. I had a really good second half of the season, but those first few games where he was not playing were rough.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
It didn't help that he hit pretty much most of his old line was out last year.
Yeah, he did his best for it. I'm up now for the next pick. I'm just writing it down. I'm gonna go for a running back replacement. So I think the best one at this point, and he's gonna be hit or miss, but I'm gonna go with Leonard Fournette.
But you got me back up, Josh. He was what I was thinking about picking, but that's okay. Let's see.
Yeah, but you got me way earlier in the.
I know. I know. Yeah, fair is fair. I'm not really bitter about it. You're right. I already got you earlier.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Who's going to? Yeah. Is any of you guys even going to start? Probably not start, but let's see.
Chad, even though I think you hate this movie, by the way, while Justin picks, I think.
Here we go. Let's go to Melvin Gordon.
That's a solid pick, actually, for number 116. That's a good pick.
That's
just my opinion.
Yeah. If his old line actually stays healthy, he can be a lot better than he was. Like he still wasn't bad last year.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my chat. No, it wasn't for it. What Gavin? What's one of the most memorable things from our past 5 years of this particular league? Anything that stands out while Chad picks his particular pick? Something that you were just you were happy about it frustrated you to no end, like a memorable at the very, very forefront. Oh, Chad, you picked Cortland Sutton. You picked the person I was going to pick. Thanks.
I think I just said it earlier, but I'll tell Justin this too. It was basically where I was up and I had a 99% chance of winning and then basically losing it all on Monday night.
Monday night, fun day night.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember which game it was, but I think it was actually Deshaun Watson and who was it? It was one of the receivers. I can't remember. Who was it?
Okay, my turn again.
Yeah, it's Justin's turn again. Yeah, because they had like a huge. It was again. I think it was it wasn't Sarah. It was it Andrew or Frank? Because I remember they lit it up that night. It was just the same quarterback to receiver every time.
I think it was Andrew. So.
Yeah, it was. You're right. It was Andrew. I think it was. I think it wasn't Brady because Sarah always takes Brady. Well, it's my draft pick first. Justin, why did you take Buffalo?
I need a backup defense.
Yeah, that's the part of like we're reaching the point where we just gotta like start like almost sacrificing. Like, all right, we got to go with these picks. I'm still focusing a little bit on building my bench a bit, so I'm going to go with my round 11 pick, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. He might
Hollywood.
do good this year, but I don't know. We'll see. He's good. He good. Yeah. Let's see. I was trying to see. But yeah, what about you, Justin? Is there anything particularly memorable from these past 5 years that sticks out to you?
Probably the fact that I probably had so many games that I've lost. I think there was like one or two times I've actually games where the thing said I probably had like as low as like a 20% chance to win. I somehow came back and won. It's like, wait, what?
Absolutely. Well, and that's always a fun thing to have when that happens. What about you, Chad?
What's the question now?
Any memorable moment from the past couple years?
I mean, I've certainly had a game or two where on Sunday I thought, there's no way. I don't care how many players they have playing on Monday. I've put up a ton of points. And then to check back on like Monday night and just have gotten demolished by their Monday night games. And that's always a little bit disheartening. And it never seems to work the other way. That might just be confirmation bias, but Monday is not my friend.
You're telling me Monday Fun Day is not your friend? Well, that's depressing.
Blasphemy.
Monday is chaos.
Blasphemy.
Team Chaos, man. Team Chaos. Let's see. Ooh. It's funny because the position I'm looking at, this is interesting. Go ahead.
With the 131st pick, I am going to select the Indianapolis defense.
I like it.
That way I have a backup defense for my regular defense.
If they're on a milk carton and they're missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, so I'm back up again. Okay, so I got that and that. So for my next pick, I am going to select Matt Ryan.
Good backup quarterback.
Yep.
That's not a bad pick at all.
Is somebody playing Pokemon?
I am. Yeah, I am. Sorry.
Nice.
I'm playing right out in the Safari Zone.
He's got to catch them all, man. He's got to catch them all.
Pokemon.
In
What
NFL.
was in NFL? Got to draft them all. Justin, calm it down there, Team Rocket.
Yeah.
Oh my
Meow.
goodness.
That's right.
I'm trying to remember what if I had other questions. Like we talked about like, oh, okay. Best creative name. Has anybody had the best name that just stuck out to somebody from the past couple years?
Although Justin, yours names though the when I think we did I think it was like a Pokemon theme year or something like that.
Yeah, I was right at the Typhlosions.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with it's my turn and then it's Justin's. I'm gonna need a backup tight end, so I'm gonna go with I think it's how to pronounce his name, Gesicki, as Mike. He's from the Dolphins.
Yeah, I said the Dolphins guy. I just say the Dolphins guy. Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins guy.
Gesicki. It's Gesicki.
You do I know, but yes, the Dolphins. So the G is the Dolphins guy.
It's Gesicki.
The Dolphins dude. I just see a lot of tight ends. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get a backup.
All right. Who the crap is left? Okay.
That's how I feel at this point. Who is left?
This is like
we only got 2 spots.
This is like the final. This is like the fantasy draft you see it like at a Dollar Tree.
Man, that'd be fun. A theme year, like take the worst players and who could score the lowest, but they have to actually be on the team.
They could, but sure. You know what? I'm probably being biased because I'm a Titans fan, but he was pretty good for us last year at times, so I'm going to take Andy Ferguson.
Okay. I have to point out and make it laugh because I remember I saw Sarah and Kayla we were at Fuzzy's Tacos, and I remember it was like Sarah and Kayla were doing amazing in fantasy like the year or something before. Sarah was doing fantastic. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to see what you're gonna do because I'm doing awful. And then it's like she tanked the rest of the season. I felt so bad for Sarah. It was like she was like on a 5-0 run, and it was like 5-7.
I'm about to say, how do you tank a fantasy season?
I don't know. I think she got the toughest schedule where it just every single time it'd be like they would have the highest score against her of the entire season. Like that was their season where it was their highest scoring season.
Why is somebody just now drafting Jarvis Landry?
Because I needed another running wide receiver.
No. I applaud the pick. I'm just surprised he just now got drafted.
Oh, okay.
Of course, I probably.
I need him on my bench.
Now it's just like I guess I need a backup kicker. I got my backup quarterback already. Thank God I ain't taking Captain Fat Fuck. Okay, let's see.
These names are pretty great. I'm enjoying this.
No, I saw that from your name tree. That's what he calls. He's a Steelers fan. He calls Roethlisberger Captain Fat Fuck. the leader of men. Okay, I guess I'll take another kicker. Yes. I'll just do best available again.
Yeah, because I'm looking at a backup quarterback at this point with it, and I think I know who I want to go with. I don't want to roll with him, but I'm really, 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 really thinking about taking him. But I'm kind of checking the rest.
No.
I'm gonna take
David Carr.
I'm gonna take Big Ben. I'm gonna go Roethlisberger for a backup.
I'll blame you.
Yeah.
Tyler just said both of my QBs have week 7 buys. Moron.
I will trade for one.
How do you not know that you have 2 QBs that have a week 7 bye?
Yeah, Chad, tell me, how do you know about a team on week 7 buys?
I mean, I'm not sure how he picked up any players with week 7 buys with me in this league.
I know who would do that. Frank is also on the stream now. Frank, I'm happy that you're here. He's in the chat probably with it. So Frank, we're just chit-chatting about our previous season experiences from the 5 years because you joined year 3. And I do laugh at a conversation we had a couple years ago, Frank, where it was, I think we were all deciding on if it was going to be the first place and the last place. Like if you won it all, you would get like last place, but it wasn't finalized yet for it. We didn't know for it because it needed that vote. And I remember this conversation of, well, I think that's what it's leaning to. It's like, oh no, I'm tanking. I ain't taking last place if it's still in the air. Absolutely great. And you tanked. It was great. I'm proud of you, Frank. So, oh my goodness. So, Chad mentioning, I know I've been watching.
Okay, so for my next pick, I am going with Pittman Jr.
Okay.
Pittman. Okay.
Well,
yeah, because we're in the last round.
Just have a backup. Yeah, sort of have a backup receiver at this point, so kind of have some backups ready.
Yeah. While I'm asking too, Gavin, I didn't ask you, how's your outside of helping your dad out from moving stuff, and how's your Labor Day weekend gone?
Going all right. Although I've actually been in a boot for the last couple of days.
Was it because you had to go tell our players to like actually do something yesterday?
No, nah. It was I was actually like, I'm not kidding you. Like, I've actually been in a boot because I actually found out I actually broke my toe. Believe it or not.
Ow! I'm sorry.
That's all right. So.
Yeah. All right. Let's just see what I'm thinking about taking, but let's see what y'all get to before my next pick.
Wait, who did you just say?
Nothing. I just want to see. I just want to see if you or somebody take a receiver I'm thinking about taking, but I'm not gonna say who it is because I kind of want to. If you do take it, I just want to have a fun reaction.
You know what? I'm gonna go with this guy right here.
Okay, it's not him. Good pick though.
Good pick. I have something. I don't think it's gonna be there, but if I can get it. Damn it! Never mind. Sarah took my pick.
You just that was exactly.
Damn it, Sarah. That's my one for the thing. I was gonna take New Orleans because no one had New Orleans yet. JK.
Then again, the New Orleans defense at times feels like Big 12 defense at times.
It can be suspect sometimes.
It can be, but it was still worth trying to take it because it was still one of those top 15 defenses. JK for me.
Nelson Aguilar. Okay.
Okay, then I will take it, at least based on this. It's still a top 15 defense. It's right under New Orleans, but I'm gonna have it as a backup.
Oh, I just realized I forgot to get a backup kicker.
Kickers are a dime a dozen, in my opinion. I'd rather take a running back or a tight end before then. But for my final draft pick, I am going to take Miami defense.
Okay, let me just make sure there's anything I haven't picked a backup for. Let's see. A bench, I got a tight end, the kicker, defense. Okay, so I need one more receiver. So yeah, that's and here's the receiver I was holding out for.
Interesting. I saw him on the list with Kansas City, but I passed over him to get I have to see. Brown.
He's like almost like a diversion to Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. That's where I considered him, but I'm like, I could not decide, and I went with the advice for it.
And Mr. Relevant goes too.
Oh, damn, that was a good one with it too. I didn't think about Ramondre because he's probably going to be the starter.
Ramondre's been a pretty solid back this preseason.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I forgot Ramondre. Oh well. But that's it at this point. Let's see what I'm going to bring up to see. This is just the draft results. This is all right. So
drafts. Come on now.
Tell me, what's the highlights of the draft? Chad and his week 7 drafts. No, I was trying to look at to see like what the actual rankings were for everybody. Like,
I just realized I draft 4 people who have a week 7 bye week.
Did you really?
I was not. God damn it!
All the best players have a bye week 7. They're all like taking off together.
Fine.
I'm sorry. I'm not the cool kid of this group anymore. I don't have like week 7 buys except for Roethlisberger, but he's on the bench.
There's
Look,
cool kids here.
Y'all came in with your strategies and your yada yada. Okay, I drafted like an idiot. Rank 4 on the projected standings. That's all I'm saying.
Jesus. I'm looking at it now. How is it possible? The meme team is like in the top 4?
Wait, I gotta see.
Yeah, based on. So on the draft screen where it says draft complete and it has about 9 minutes and 18 seconds left, and I gotta take a picture of that so I can put it for our preseason stuff. It shows like where you ranked again based on what your draft is. And Mr. Chad meme team got number 4 based on like points, like expected points, because it takes on like what the stuff was before with it, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm on my mobile device, so if you have to forgive me because I.
Hang on, I'll link a picture of it in the messenger.
Yeah, because mobile stuff. I have no idea on that one for you. I'm sorry.
What I will say is it's probably very skewed because I have a lot of backup wide receivers. I have 2 backup wide receivers, 2 backup running backs, so I can start somebody week 7. So,
well, yeah, but you still won the Dream Team Week 7 meme team. So,
right.
But
all of that, I still come out 7th.
Yeah, you came out 7th, and I came out 6th. I mean, I think it varies. Again, it's looking at the max points potential. Like Tyler has it with quarterbacks where it's 1,050 points with it. Let's kind of go over that. So I'll start with my strongest position. They're saying is my quarterback position, and it's expected like at 710 points. But the flip side of it is my weakest position is kicker at 172 points. Gavin, yours is weakest position, or your strongest position is wide receivers at 857 points, but your weakest position is the tight end at 119 points. Justin, your position, strongest one that I'm looking at is quarterback at 725, and then your weakest one is defenses at 228. And then Chad, yours is strongest position is definitely wide receivers at 822, and then your lowest is tight end at 80.
My tight ends are trash.
Absolutely. I know Frank is on the live stream, like watching us. Frank, yours right now says your strongest position is wide receivers at 967, but your weakest is your defense at 95. And then Sarah, yours is strongest position is 701 with your quarterback, and then your weakest position is tight end at 100 or kicker at 112, which I still laugh because out of everybody, it's like your tight ends 100-ish, 150. Everyone's defense, it's your defense that has like the highest at 220. Like the Sarah drafting the defense at round 2 always works. Never doubt the Sarah draft dream.
I was gonna say, I thought, well, actually, it looks like the strongest running back group, if anything, is the Regina George fan club that has over, and I'm not kidding you, like 975 points.
Yeah, Brittany drafted really well. She was, I think, she had the back-to-back. I think she was lower, I think, at the end. No, she was number 7. She was right behind me. So she drafted differently from us. Actually, we can go over that too, based on it. Quarterback-wise was Tyler. Tyler is by and far, because he has Patrick Mahomes. It was projected 1,050 points. Wide receivers, I see an 874. Oh, there we go. Was actually Frank. Frank's was the 967 one. Running backs, again, Brittany. Tight ends, I see a 258. Oh, I see a 340. Yeah, tight ends, it goes to Kayla at 340. Kickers, 100. There's a lot of like bounce. Oh, wow. Kicker, Justin, you have kickers at 315.
Is that bad?
Well, not 2 kickers.
No,
so
that's good. That means you have potential kickers, but that's the same thing too. Is you have a lot of kickers, and then the highest defense goes to you, Gavin, at 236 potential points, and that's just saying on average, guys, like what the points are going to be. There's no telling during the season. Like,
the highest is not always good. I think you want the lowest, don't you?
No, you want the highest because that's your potential projected points that you're going to get. That's the total fantasy points for all teams based on players that have drafted.
I feel like with that Tampa Bay defense, I think it's just going to be stifling again this year. So,
you think so?
I really think so.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think they're projected to be the number 1 defense, aren't they? NFL. I want to say they are, Gavin. I want to say Tampa Bay is the number 1. No, Tampa Bay is projected to be the number 5 defense, actually. Which is interesting.
Well,
number 1 is the Rams.
Okay. Alrighty.
Gavin, how do you feel about your draft?
I mean, I feel like I got some good potential for the most part. It's just going to be trying to find and basically sort of like fill in the pieces and gaps. So it's sort of where I'm at right now. Because I really see right now where I think, if anything, the running back position is going to be the biggest weakness for myself personally. But running backs have always been somewhat of an underlying issue.
Mm-hmm. Justin, what about you? What do you think? How do you feel about your draft and stuff? Again, taking rankings and everything out, because I'm waiting a little bit, guys, to see where we rank preseason wise. I think it's the same as this one, but how do you feel about your draft? Do you like based on where you were positioned? Because you were positioned right in front of me on the draft board.
I like mine enough, but like I said, most of my picks I'm just going out on a limb on, so I really don't care too much about how I do. Just having fun, really. Yeah.
What about you, Chad? With the meme team week 7 stuff, are you satisfied with it? Is, in all seriousness, too, with it? Is it something you're liking? Something not? Is there areas of concern with it?
This is my year. I'm going all the way. I haven't won it yet. I'm coming in like 3rd, coming 4th, make the playoffs. But No,
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good, and I'll just give up week 7, and
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna have to drop some stuff and move some stuff around this year, for sure. But
I think
it should be
I
fine.
think if I remember last year, I think I got like second in the league overall, and I got upset in the first round.
Yeah, I can actually look those stats up for you. For 2020, right?
Yeah, I think it was like
Redshirt.
yeah.
Yeah, because last year was pandemic at the disco theme. Here we go. Yeah, preseason last year you were number 8 in the preseason last year.
I was number 8 in the season last year, and yet made it all the way probably to second at the end of the season.
At the end of the season for last year, you made it to 8 because you were in the consolation bracket.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. What? There was one year I thought I was. Oh, no, wait. That was a different league I was in. So.
Yeah. Actually,
I kind of got different leagues mixed up.
Yeah. No, we've done this for 5 years. Like, yeah. I mean, that the preseason stuff doesn't matter because there's no telling of who's going to get injured, who's going to have their run. Like, I remember Andrew in our first year, like he had like a 10-game win streak. Like, I think he has the highest still out of everybody for wins. So it all varies, and we're not taking into account pandemic. We're not taking into account suspensions. We're not taking into account players who just don't show up. You don't know.
Yep, that's going to be the case.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just waiting to see what the report card's going to look like, and then we'll wrap up this draft stuff. So I hope y'all have fun and stuff on this one. I'm going to try to do like our awards every week through this way. Whether if y'all join or not, that's fine with it. I still want to do an easier way with myself for like getting y'all's weekly awards out with it, because with the pandemic going on, as well as other hobbies, as well as doing the OU blog again with it, I needed some extra time for something. This will save me a lot of time versus typing everything out at this point. I can reference stuff a lot easier with it. 9 seconds left. So if I don't think there's any other things we need from the draft and everything stuff. So it's going to close. Okay, here we go. That's a roster. Good luck with your season. All right, let's see. I was hoping to see they would give us the report card. I wonder if the report card comes out tomorrow.
You can look it up. I just saw it, but it said it wasn't ready yet.
Gotcha. That's funny. They have some of the stuff, but I had to laugh. Patrick changed his name from Giant Mosquitoes for Villains to Social Media. That's a good one. Let's see. Yeah, I was hoping they would send in the mail or something in our mailboxes, but I don't think it's going to be ready by the time our stream wraps
Frank
up.
said look at Sandman's rating.
Where do you see the rating at?
Oh no, my rating is 666.
Wait, where do you see that? Oh, here it is. Right.
Yeah, it's like a. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So you're telling me in the villain theme, and you went with the meme team. You're going full evil, apparently. Oh my gosh! But it does give us our preseason. It actually now gives us our preseason actual rankings now. So number 1 preseason right now is Kayla. Kayla is number 1 preseason.
All right.
At least I think based on how we drafted, and I'm betting what the report card is, and based on how everything else is in the position. Number 2 is Frank. Frank is number. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, where can we see this at, real quick? So
it'll be on the main page. When you go to like overview, and then at the bottom where it says like standings, schedule, and ratings.
Okay.
So Frank is number 2 with his. Number 3 is Joshua Prime. Number 4 is Andrew. Number 5 is Gavin. Number 6 with the 666 rating is Chad. Number 7 is me. Number 8 is Tyler. Number 9 is Patrick. Number 10 is Brittany.
I'm second.
Number 11 is, huh?
I'm second to last.
Yeah, you're number 11 and Sarah's number 12. I think, but again, that's all based on just like, I always will remember Sarah's because Sarah always drafts a defense in the second round at this point, and Brady in the first round with it. I wonder if someone would draft that against her, what she would do. Would she melt down? Like, I don't know what to do. But that's just preseason. Who knows? That's interesting. And then we actually have all the stuff. If y'all look as well, I put rivalry weeks on certain weeks, but it's not rivalry weeks. It's just so that's not a conference week. That's an everybody's playing everybody kind of thing. You're not playing your pod. So for this first week coming up, I play Patrick. I'm projected at 115.93 to his 109.29. Andrew plays you, Gavin, and right now he is projected at 110.85 to your 106.20.
Well, it's still pretty early, but the one advantage that he pretty much will have on me for the most part will definitely be the running back position. I'm pretty much right now kind of trying to see what I can do with my wide receiver group, along with if Lamar Jackson has a breakout game against Vegas. So that's going to be the only thing that I think. And I think, if anything, he has like some small advantages which it might give him the edge, but it always is a little bit of a give and take usually for each season.
Yeah, I'm going to try something. To see if it works. If it does, I'm going to laugh. It does. So that was Sarah's comment about her getting number 12. Yay. That's fantastic. I didn't know that worked, so I'm still learning StreamYard. So let's see, though. Back to the main stuff. Justin, you face Sarah this week, and right now you're projected to win 103.42 to her 87.78.
Which basically means I'm probably fucked. I'm just playing.
So what you're telling me is it is going to be like you're going to have like 130 and Sarah's going to have like 131. That's how it always is.
Yeah, that's how I say it. That's how I see it. We'll see though.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Kayla has Tyler 112.92 versus 115.03. Tyler is favored, and I think solely because of Patrick Mahomes. Joshua Prime faces Brittany and Brittany is favored 108.54 to 105.11. And finally, Chad, you face Frank. Right now, you're favored 109.81 to Frank's 104.98.
Meme team, dream team.
Meme team, dream team. Which is funny that you are favored over Frank with the meme team. Frank, write in the comment section, how does this make you feel?
And this trash tight end, oh my goodness. Predicted to score 4 points. He's so bad.
Watch him score like 30 points because that's how it is. That's how it always is.
Y'all warned me that it told me he couldn't catch.
I mean,
at least I'm not going to have a tight end on the bench that's like going off because I don't have a tight end on the bench.
My kicker will give me luck. 7.77.
Oh,
we've got the
numbers.
Oh my goodness! So we got 666 versus 777. Who will win? See, just for that, I'm going to type it out with it. But that is going to be the game of the week. It is going to be Chad versus Frank. Which is superior, 666 or 777, and the matchup of ratings and the meme team. Congratulations, you are week 1, Chad. How does that make you feel?
You know,
the pressure's on.
I'm just happy to be here, guys. I'm just glad to be included. So,
speaking of which, you and Justin joined late. It does update everything now for like what division and everything you're in. We did pods. That's what people not overwhelmingly, but voted 6-5 on. Chad, you are in the Hydra pod. So with Justin as well, you're both in the same pod together. So y'all will face each other 3 times for it. Let's see. I was trying to see anything else at this point.
Well,
that we haven't covered. Oh, how are your picks in our college football pick'em? How'd you do?
I think I came out on top this week, actually. I'm not sure.
Let me see.
Let's see. So we got the big Pac-12 ACC promise rings with PGOKS backing losers, Kari's picks, all tied for first.
How does this work? Because it says I have 18 points, but it's showing me in third.
You have, so
it's
Gavin, are you looking at mobile?
Yeah, I'm looking at mobile.
Okay, I have the points for this one. I think it's based on just your picks with it, but the points with it, Chad's first right now with backing loser. What was your inspiration for that name? I was curious on that.
I thought I was going to be really bad at this, so I thought I was going to be backing losers.
That's big brain mode. The meme team and being bad. You do realize if you win the college football pick'ems and the fantasy football league, I'm going to have to invest in a third one called like the Red Dirt Grand Slam trophy.
I'm just saying.
It's gonna,
like I said, I'm just happy to be here, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
I mean, you picked Alabama to beat Miami, so you have to know a little bit of what you're doing.
I mean, that's true. I did, not see North Carolina getting upset by Virginia Tech, though.
I did not either.
That was a big surprise.
That's on me, and I should have realized better on that one because Virginia Tech is good week one, just like Maryland. You never vote against Maryland week one. I voted for Maryland, by the way. I am proud that I picked them and everybody else picked West Virginia.
I did predict Georgia upsetting Clemson.
Dude, Clemson could not do anything on offense.
No, they were struggling really.
They could not do a thing.
And then I got Penn State right. I think that's what put me over.
Yeah,
Although, Josh, I told you I called it. Georgia winning though. By the way, I called it.
You did against me and Sean. You called it because we thought Georgia being banged up a whole lot. They weren't going to be able. I mean, keep in mind their offenses could not score at all last night. Like that was some bad scoring, but it was their defenses. It was just that pick six.
I was just saying. I was just saying this because of since when they with the New Year's Six Bowl against Cincinnati, who has a pretty good offense as well. I just couldn't, see how I could go past Georgia, after that performance that they had.
And that's fair. They had their starters and everything coming back with it. It was a fair pick with it. It was literally who was going to be if Clemson's quarterback was going to be up to the challenge for being a freshman against Georgia's defense, or was Georgia's defense, even with all the attrition they have at the moment, not going to slow them down? And they succeeded at that.
And the problem that I had, it's like Ugwebu, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, is because he's been put in some situations to where he barely beat Boston College, when Trevor Lawrence was out, and then losing in double overtime to Notre Dame, and it was I just could not see him basically getting into any sort of groove or, finding where he was supposed to be, even though he's a highly ranked quarterback, that they were supposed to be the next successor to Trevor Lawrence. And it was just hard for me to find a lot of there were a few positives, but it was just hard for me to, say that Clemson has got their guy like they did with Trevor Lawrence.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, it was just sort of one of those things to where I just could not, really see a whole lot of issues though. And not only that, but that offensive line, was struggling. I mean, they only had I think if I'm not mistaken, 1 yard rushing the entire game.
Yeah.
They ended with -2.
Well, the thing is, and you have to realize this too for some of the folks. NFL, you basically get tacked on your passing yards when you get sacked. In college, it's your rushing yards. So from overall, it was about with the sacks and all that and everything, it came up to about a total of 1 yard. So I just really think, if anything, that I have no doubt about Clemson's defense, but I'm just not confident about their offense. And if I'm Clemson, I would say, if anything, I would be very concerned about how this offense is going to be looking for this season. Because I think, if anything, it's going to be a long road, if anything, that, in order to find your points.
Yeah. According to, not to interrupt you guys, but according to Andrew, it looks like the report cards finally came in, so we'll be able to see. Here we go. I wanted to go over it. So I want to see what Andrew said. He got a C. He got a C+. I want to see what I got. All right. So according to my report card, for me, I got a B. They said solid draft. Let me click the link. It takes. Here we go. According to mine, I had a solid B draft. They said the biggest steal that I had was Leonard Fournette, and then my reach pick was Mark Andrews. I don't know why they think Mark Andrews was my reach pick, but who knows on it. My weakest, it appears that my bye week, that's going to be my loser week with it. For each player that's on a bye week. It's going to be my week 6. Week 6 and week 9 are going to be my weird ones. And then it looks like my strongest position is, it looks like outside of quarterback. Oh, it looks like it's probably going to be running backs at this point with it. Yeah. So I can now see, here we go. Now I can see everything.
I'm going to see where I'm going to. Okay. So it looks like I got a B+. Or B-. I'm sorry, B-.
Yeah, you got a B-.
Yeah.
Looking at your stuff, your biggest steal was Josh Jacobs in the 5th round. And it says your reach pick was Lamar Jackson. And that your week 6 is going to be your weakest week with it. And your strongest position besides quarterback, it appears to be just a little bit. I mean, by points, it's probably going to be the running back, but the one that looks like it's clear and above for the league is your defense. Justin, did you get yours?
How do I see that?
Yeah. So week 6. All right.
Apparently, I have the second easiest schedule this year.
Oh my gosh. The stars are aligning. The meme team, dream team is aligning.
They did not rate me very well on my report card here with my C+. But
how do I even see that?
How
what was it, Justin?
How do you see that?
In your email, you should get a report card on it from Yahoo. If not, I can tell you.
Okay, no, I got it.
Okay.
It's in my draft notes.
Okay, yeah, C-. That's what I figured.
I was going to say, if anything, I'm interested because it's like, week 6 will definitely be interesting, to say the least, because from the players that no, that's not what I was going to look at. I made sure that I didn't put anybody that I had all my players into a single bye week, because I was trying to sort of have it to where it was sort of spread out for the most part.
Yeah. Actually, guys, I will. Let's see. If you give me 2 seconds, I need to plug my laptop in. So I'm going to step away for a sec. I'm still on headset with it, but I'm down to 6% power. So I've been running.
My week 7 bye strategy has taken a blow because that is also projected to be my easiest game.
Oh my gosh. This is. How? Just I have so many questions. And there will be no answers. I know this to be true. It's just going to be sucks to be you.
Oh boy.
Does it show the schedules? Let me see.
It shows the projected schedule by opponent points projected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it does not. Crap. It does not reach that far. Oh no. Quick. So what I will do is really quickly go over y'all's, and I'll have to in the live stream for it. Next time I'll have to find an extension cord that has the 3 prongs, because the one I have right now only has 2. Justin, you had a C-, and yours was the McCole Hardman as your biggest steal, and then your reach pick was Justin Herbert. And it appears that week 7 is going to be your week with the most lost points.
Yeah, I got 4 guys who are off.
Yeah. And it says outside of quarterback, it looks like the position that you're going to get the most points on would be running back. But like for clear above and beyond for like the league, it looks like it's tight end. Tight end's going to be your position. And then for Chad, let's see. I'm going to go to yours really fast. You had a C+, and your best pick, it said, was Keenan Allen, but your reach pick was Eric Ebron. And then week 7, absolute. My gosh, you almost hit 1,500 points with the points lost on week 7. Your quarterback is your highest one, but it does appear your kicker is like going to be the above average kind of a strength versus the league. Running back is running back with it. So that all being said, guys, like I think we had a fun little live stream tonight. We had fun with getting everybody in and everything like that. So I'm going to wrap it up because, like I said, my battery power is ending on my laptop at this point, and I can't connect it. Otherwise, I'd have to move it, and it would change like the background and everything. So I do want to thank Justin, Chad, and Gavin for joining tonight, as well as Frank and Sarah in the comments. I think we had a lot of fun tonight with it, and we're going to be doing live streams particularly for our league every week on Wednesday nights. It will be a 30-minute live stream. I'll go over weekly awards and kind of highlight the last week and then go on kind of to preview the next week. So that being said with it, Frank, you're the second to last person to join because Tyler joined 2 years ago. He joined a year after you. So you're the second to last youngest in the group. But that all being said, I want to thank everybody for joining. Again, thank you, Justin and Gavin. I really do appreciate it. It's easier to run a 2-hour live stream on fantasy football when you have people to talk to and people to say, gosh darn it, you took my draft pick. So I hope y'all had a lot of fun. And again, the invite's out to y'all. Feel free to join in on any of our live streams for college football. Just like tomorrow night's going to be mostly OU on, which I usually do Sunday. Feel free to join on the Wednesday nights as well. I would love for y'all to come on at least for those 30-minute live streams. So again, I hope everybody has a safe rest of their Labor Day weekend. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and good luck to all of y'all in your fantasy football draft picks. And for people who've already drafted just like us tonight, good luck to y'all for your entire season. So have a good evening, everybody. From us, Boomer Sooner, and for you guys, good luck.
All right, peace.
Peace out.